very beautiful story about a thank you letter that saved the lives of an entire family. During World War I, there was an American soldier who was stationed in Germany after the conclusion of World War I, and he stayed in, because a Jewish soldier, he stayed in Frankfurt, Germany, with the family, with the Weinstein family, Chaim and Bella Weinstein. The soldier's name was Sam Newman. He was from Duluth, Minnesota, and he spent a few Shabbos meals at the Weinstein's family. And Sam Newman didn't grow up in an observant home, and he was really inspired by the beauty of the Shabbos meal and the beauty of the singing and the warm family dynamic. And he was so inspired, and it felt so wonderful to feel at home, even though he was far from home. And he had a wonderful time, and he really made a beautiful connection to the Weinstein family. So he goes back home, and he writes. He sends a postcard, a beautiful thank you letter, thanking the Weinsteins for the hospitality and their warmth, and he really sincerely expressed his appreciation for the incredible hospitality that they showed him. 20 years later, we know, 1938, Kristallnacht happened, and the Weinsteins knew that they had to leave Germany. At that point, Chaim and Bella, the older Weinsteins, had passed away, and their children, who are now 20 years older, Baruch and Sarah Weinstein, were desperately looking for a way to leave Germany. Now, at that point, we know it was during the Great Depression, and the U.S. immigration policy was that the only way you can come to America was if you were able to find a sponsor who would sign that the sponsor was going to take responsibility for the immigrants and guarantee that the immigrants will not become dependent on the American government. And Baruch and Sarah Weinstein desperately, these young Jews desperately needed to find somebody who could sponsor them. And they didn't know anybody who lived in America, and they were at a loss. The clouds of war, the barbarism of the Nazis were becoming apparent. The clouds of war were on the horizon. They knew they had to leave. In desperation, Baruch looked through all their family papers, and one day came across this letter, this postcard written by an American, Sam Newman, with the post address written in Duluth, Minnesota, thanking them for their incredible hospitality for Shabbos. And Baruch Weinstein figured, maybe this soldier will remember them. Maybe he'll be able to help them. So they write a letter to Sam Newman, who lived in Duluth, Minnesota, and he instantly remembered them. And when he heard of their plights, he promised he would do whatever he can to bring them over. He signed the papers, and Baruch and Sarah Weinstein were able to escape Germany, and their entire family was able to become resettled in the United States. Their entire family was saved from the Nazis because of the one thank you card that Sam Newman sent, showing his appreciation for the hospitality that the Weinstein showed to him. So this story has many beautiful lessons. But the most striking part of it is how a thank you can change our lives. I think it can change our lives and change others' lives as well. This is actually one of the themes of this week's Torah portion. We find, this week's portion deals with the Makos, the plagues against the Egyptians. We find that while most of the plagues were initiated by Moshe, the first three, the plague of blood, frogs, and lice, were initiated by Aaron. And Aaron had to hit the water for the blood, hit the water for the frogs, hit the ground for the lice. And Moshe wasn't allowed to. Why not? So Rashi brings the famous medrash that says that Moshe had incredible gratitude towards the water, because the water saved his life. The reason why he wasn't killed by the Egyptians was because he was saved and hidden in the water. And dirt saved his life because he hid the Egyptian official that he killed. He hid that official in the dirt. So he had gratitude towards the water and dirt, and he couldn't hit it, so therefore Aaron hit it. The question is, well, dirt and water don't have feelings. There's no point in having gratitude towards dirt and water. The answer is that gratitude isn't only about showing appreciation to another person. It's not about how another person feels our gratitude, but it's about us having a sense of gratitude. Why is this so? So number one, the commentaries say, gratitude is one of the most important attributes because a sense of gratitude is one of the the foundations of our relationship with Hashem. The truth is that what motivates us to do mitzvahs? So one of them should be to realize that we have so many gifts from Hashem. Hashem showers us every single second with the gift of life, and the gift of time, and the gift of health and family, etc. We have so many gifts, and that the overwhelming appreciating the gifts, and then being able to be grateful towards it should motivate us towards having a relationship with Hashem and showing our gratitude towards Hashem. But also, on a basic level, the Rambam says, Maimonides says that gratitude, hakaras hatov, which means to appreciate the goodness that we have and then feel grateful for it. To appreciate the goodness we have and feel grateful towards it is the secret of being happy. And the Torah wants this mitzvah to be happy, and therefore the basis of being happy is hakaras hatov, to be grateful. So hakaras means to appreciate that we have gifts, to appreciate our gifts, to appreciate the gifts of life, and then out of that appreciation of the wonder of our gifts, to feel a sense of gratitude towards the one who's given it to us, towards Hashem and towards others. And that makes us feel happy. Hakaras hatov, appreciating the good, is a secret both to our relationship with Hashem and the secret to happiness. May we all absorb these lessons and have a really wonderful and inspired Shabbos.